Hi, Hearties. Welcome to Hearties. This is the official after show and podcast of the fandom where we bring your questions directly to the cast and crew. I'm Marg from San Diego, California,
And I'm Emily from Illinois.
and we are tremendously excited today to welcome two young men, talents that we adore on our show, Billy Christos Jr. and Elias Leacock. Yay! We're so glad you guys
Hello.
are
Hello.
here.
Hi.
We have wanted to interview you forever, so this is a big coup for us. Thank you so much. So Elias, we were talking to your family, and we gather you just came off of a big basketball season. You were
Yes,
you
I
were a
did.
cap. You and your brother were both captains of your teams. Is that right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And how did it go? Was it a good record?
Yeah, we had a pretty good season. I think we won like uh 8 or 9 games and only
Okay.
lost like one or two. So it
Okay.
was a very solid season for us.
Is it Van Tech? Is that your
Yes, this is
team?
actually my sister's sweater. I got
Oh,
this a while ago. But this
very
is
nice.
for my
But you're
school.
representing for your team.
Yeah, yes, I am.
What's the mascot?
It's a talisman. Tallys, yeah,
Talisman? Oh,
talisman.
interesting. Okay, I
Yeah,
don't even know what that is, a
yeah,
talisman.
me either. I know.
Okay. All right, well, go Talisman. Okay.
Yeah.
And Billy, what's been keeping you busy in the off season?
Ever since we finished filming, I've been wanting to go back on set. Of course, I've had some other auditions, and recently
Yeah.
I was on the Thundermans, which was really cool.
Nice.
Um, yeah,
Wow.
but I also have some classes like swimming, dancing, tennis, and even some cooking ones that I've been starting recently.
So
So my
cool.
my parents love to keep me busy.
Oh my gosh. You too, Elias, have you been doing some auditions?
Um, it's
Life is
actually been
too
a
full.
it's been a little bit slow for me
Okay.
with the
Okay.
audition, but still trying to keep myself in the loop.
Yeah, feast and famine, I find,
Hmm.
working as a freelancer, it kind of comes and goes, right?
Hmm.
So, but I think that that is something that we need to impress upon the Hardys is that the youngest talents are among the very busiest on What Calls the Heart, right? I mean,
Yes.
you guys have to go to school, you have all these extracurricular activities,
Hmm.
and so we feel very blessed to get to spend some time with you. Um, so we I want to just make sure I have this right. It's your fifth season on the show, Elias?
Yes, it
Of
is.
12. Okay. And your third, Billy? Okay, all right, awesome. So Saskia van Lingen Elias of the Netherlands wonders what was the first scene that the two of you did together?
Um,
That's a tough one. That was a while ago.
Honestly, yeah,
Um,
we've had so many scenes. I don't even know.
So what I
oh,
think it
um,
might be is well, the first time that we saw both of you together, I believe, is when you came in late into school, having been at the hot springs. Does that sound right?
yeah,
But
but
I
Um,
know you film in blocks, so it might not have been the
yeah,
yeah,
first thing that you
I,
did.
I, I think the first scene was when me and Elias and Jack Wagner and Aaron were at the hot springs,
Okay.
and Jack was worried about us drowning, and then we stood up, and it was just to our knees.
Well,
oh, yeah,
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that your first scene was with Jack Wagner.
yeah.
Did
That
you
was
have, did you have the first clue as to who the great Jack Wagner was?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. People had filled you in before. Okay, all right. And do you remember meeting each other?
it
that was so long ago.
was
I
a
mean,
while ago. I don't really.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, okay, was there a visceral reaction? Do you remember liking each other or been like, oh no?
oh yeah, yeah. Of course, we were cool with the second we met each other, but I
Okay.
Yeah,
I think it was very quick because we had to just start
yeah,
shooting, and so I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
really get to fully meet him. But yeah,
got
yeah,
it. Okay. You've had many scenes to get to know each other now.
exactly, yeah,
Many long
yeah.
days of waiting on set. That's so
yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
Well, good. Good. Go ahead, Emily.
It's been so interesting to watch your character arc, Elias. When we first got to know you, you were a bit angsty and rebellious. You didn't want to go to church, mad at God that your sister was struck blind and not wanting to go to church, and gluing Mr. Landis's hat to the desk. But over the years, we've definitely seen Cooper grow as a leader. So in season 10, Cooper declined to have the hot springs named after him, and he wanted to represent the whole town, and went out of his way to include the awkward visitor, Jamie St. John. So we've loved this mix of leadership, but he knows how to push boundaries a little bit. So do you think that's a fair description of Cooper, and do you like that mix about him?
Well, yeah, honestly, I would describe myself just like Cooper because, like, for example, the basketball team, I'm the captain. So, I always want to make sure my teammates are happy, but at the same time, I'm not afraid to take leadership and take a responsibility, right? And Cooper always wants to make sure everyone's having a good time, but he's not afraid to put himself out there and let everyone know, like, I can be the leader sometimes, or like sometimes you have to follow my lead, right? So, yeah, I love playing Cooper because I can relate to him a lot as Elias, as myself. So
So easy to step into his shoes.
definitely, yeah.
I think it's having had two boys, I think it's clear that both of you are very smart and you play smart characters. And I think smart boys, they need stimulation. They need, they need to push boundaries. And so that's kind of what I think is that you have these really smart characters that are trying to figure out, what's next in Hope Valley. Does that seem
Yeah,
right?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. And I just love that. I mean, I remember when you first came on, Elias, a lot of people were asking like, is he like being influenced by friends poorly? Or, there was like a lot of talk about,
Yeah,
is he headed down the wrong path or whatever? And then like it was just over and over again in the subsequent seasons, like all these little moments where you just like, rose above what would be, I think, even normal for a teen or a young teen, just really came into your own. So
yeah,
it's cool how you've embraced the whole Hope Valley spirit.
yeah. It's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
And Billy, for you, so in season 11, Toby was struggling in math. I'm a teacher myself, and I definitely really enjoyed that storyline. Seeing Mrs. Thornton work with Billy to overcome test anxiety, and to restore his confidence. So, what was that scene in the library like for you? It was very well done.
Well, first of all, thank you. I'm very flattered. And secondly, I think on a personal level, I couldn't truly relate to the character because I feel like I'm very comfortable in math. It's one of my favorite subjects. But from an acting perspective, I think I was nervous that I wasn't going to be able to cry in the moment. But having Erin there, she was such a great scene partner, and we got it done.
Yeah. Have you ever had to do that before in one of your roles?
A couple times I have had to, and every time, when I'm practicing for the lines, I can't get to that place. But when I'm actually in front of the people and doing it, every time I'm just able to get there and like think of a sad thing or use another technique, I guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what Jada told us. She like pulls up like I
Yeah,
think like animal
she,
rescue
yeah. She
videos.
watches sad dog videos. She said she told us.
Yeah,
Did she
actually
give you that tip?
before yeah, well, actually I think she mentioned it and I tried it before and it got me sad, so maybe that was how I was able to do it.
Nice. Animal lovers. Yeah, yeah. What about you, Elias? Have you ever had a role or any scenes where you had to, I'm trying to think on When Calls the Heart. Have you had to cry? Not really. You've had to get
Um, I've had to get like pretty emotional or pretty sad.
right. Yeah.
I haven't had to cry yet, but I have had a couple other roles where I've had to like fully break down and try to cry.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
And what was that like?
Um, It was really tough because for that day, um, it's very like sad. You have to be like really low key the whole day,
Oh,
and
wow.
and just get yourself into that mood, and it's really tough like going into it and then coming out of it because you know like I don't want to cry, but obviously I have to,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
So you feel like you have to sort of method act. You have to stay in that dark place
Yeah,
all
yeah,
day.
and I
Oh,
had
that's
to like,
interesting.
isolate myself away from other people, and
Mhm.
yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do, but it's definitely a crazy experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds draining, definitely, with having to be in that emotion all day.
yeah, definitely.
Um, so Mandy Hofpower Spittler of Nederland, Texas, remembers a reference in season 11 that Toby made to Back in the Old Country. And she wonders if we will ever learn more about his heritage or what you imagine it to be.
Well, I think there have been some clues, such as when during the egg painting, I referenced that my mother taught me to, and I know there's a lot of countries, like I'm Greek. I know that Greeks do decorate eggs.
Okay.
And also when Mr. Yost, I offer eggs for my farm, in exchange for comic books. So I think there's definitely something going on there.
Okay.
Um, but
It
I'm
was
not
like
too sure
those
myself.
Ukrainian Easter eggs, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So it's Eastern European, maybe. Is that what we're thinking? Okay.
Hmm.
Very interesting, the old country. I'd forgotten about the eggs, but you're absolutely right. They were those beautiful. I
Because
think
I
it's,
know it's like old country is like a term like very associated with I'm not sure,
yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah.
very cool. Love it.
And last season, the Canfield siblings were really at odds. Angela let Scout have Cooper's baseball and he chewed it to bits. Then you used the hair ribbon for a slingshot. So talk to us about working with your real life sister and father. Could you take out a little aggression playing as though you were mad at Angela?
Um, well, first of all, like being on set with Deanna, my sister, it's great because obviously this is my first role, and getting into acting business is pretty scary, but doing it with family is a lot easier. And that specific day, the one where I come in and storm in on Angela and get all mad, um, it was it was tough to do that, but obviously it wasn't all like real life emotion. I had to put on some acting, and actually that day we were between shakes like cracking jokes at each other and stuff. So um, obviously I want it to be as realistic as possible, but I couldn't be mad at her that day because we were having a good time. Yeah.
You guys are such professionals. You would never let it bleed over, but like I can imagine my boys like fighting over who was going to get to sit in the front seat on the way to set and then like
Okay.
carrying it into the set. But
Yeah.
you never do that. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, no, we definitely still have disagreements, I would say, but there are days usually on set where we're pretty cool with each other. It
Very
just
nice.
I guess on the way home or on the way there, where I don't know.
Oh, you save it for later is
Yeah,
what
you,
you're
you gotta save it for later.
saying.
Don't bring the set. Don't bring the set.
Keep it together on
Yeah,
set. Just save
exactly.
it for the car on the
Exactly.
way home. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Billy, do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have a 4-year-old little brother.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Is
Wow.
your brother following in your footsteps? Is he going to be in the industry?
Um, well, actually, he has stolen one of my roles one time,
Oh my God.
where I think it was for like some sort of shoe commercial, and um I got the role, and the casting director or the director was messaging my mom, like they were saying back and forth, and then the director actually said, "Wait a minute, don't you have a little baby there?" And then he ended up going and doing the shoot for me.
Stop. Stop. That is just wrong. It's wrong on so many levels. Because you know
I
that
was
4-year-old also takes some attention away from you.
yeah, I was upset, but I can never stay mad at him. He's little Munchkin.
Little Munchkin job stealer. That's fantastic. I love it. All right. So the one room schoolhouse is just such a cool feature of this frontier life and this world that you guys are creating at Hope Valley. We just love seeing all of the, especially this season, the teens got so much exposure, um, as well as, so there's just such a huge range from Javen to well, I guess even younger than Highland and Chloe is Emmy. So talk to us about that feeling of getting to be in the room with so many young people of different ages. Is it fun to work that way? And either one of you can start.
Billy, go ahead.
Sure. Well, I kind of just mentioned I have a little 4-year-old brother. So, whether it's working with like the little younger cast, I can definitely try to make them laugh and relate to them. Or the teens, or the adults. I mean, honestly, I wish I knew more about some of the adults, but
Yeah,
working with such a vast age range, I guess it's good because I can take like little bits of information from their acting and like add it to my own style.
nice, nice. And in terms of the downtime, do you enjoy that, getting to play games and hang with people?
I mean, it's definitely fun because um, I know Aaron's always kind of cracking jokes in between takes and all the other people, and Jada loves to bring board games.
Nice. Okay, what about you, Elias?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, for me, like I'm the youngest out of three, but I have a lot of little baby cousins that I like to, hang out with. So,
Oh,
and then I have a lot of older cousins that I like to hang out with. So I've been around both crowds. So
mhm.
yeah, being with people like Javen or people like Highland, it's really cool because you're able to be around such old people or such young people and like take old people's wisdom or take young people's things that they've learned or
Their energy.
their energy. Yeah, like they keep me awake the whole day. And like Highland always running around the set and always like making people laugh. He keeps me up the whole time when we're shooting.
Right. Exactly
uh,
right. Probably
yeah,
you have to watch out for those little ones a little bit, huh?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun because everyone brings a lot of energy. Like even the older cast brings a lot of energy and jokes to set. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Nice, nice. Yeah, talk to us about who are your favorite? Oh, Kelby Harmon of Thornton, West Virginia asked, do you have a favorite adult scene partner and why?
Billy, you go ahead.
Okay, okay. Well, I think this is kind of the expected answer, but I have to say Erin because I think I've done the most scenes with her out of all the adult cast. Um, like in between takes, I said she loves cracking jokes, and it's kind of fun to see when she's kind of on the move trying to take videos of you. I think there was like an earlier interview where Jada said that she has like the spidey sense
She
when
totally does. Yeah,
yeah. But yeah, it's fun working with her. She has great energy. She always knows her lines. She just really brings it and hypes up the energy.
Mhm.
nice, nice. Is there anybody that you would like to work with of the adults that you haven't?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I think I've worked with at least everybody once, but maybe a little bit more time with some of the Mounties. I don't know. Maybe some of the newer
Nice.
characters too.
Very cool.
Get to
How
know
was
them
it working with Jacob this season? I'm trying to think of the exposure um, to
better.
all of
Like when we were buying comic books from Mr. Yost.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and him we're good friends,
Oh,
like
wow.
off the camera.
Nice.
Yeah, he's really fun to talk to. Um, he's always got something to talk about, and I like to just have conversations with him. He's a really good. He's a really cool guy.
Okay, what about you, Elias? Do you have a favorite scene partner who's an adult?
I mean, I have to be a little biased, but it has to be my dad because
I would imagine he puts you at ease. I would
oh
hope.
yeah, definitely. He coaches me through all the scenes, and he gives he like we have the most inside jokes together, so he can really bond, obviously, because I've known him
Yeah.
since birth.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, he's a lot of
That
fun.
relationship. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
very good. Yeah. But I think we've talked to you before about Erin and how the first day you were so nervous and how she kind of just like pulled
Yeah,
you in and everything.
yeah, yeah,
And now she's just, so effusive about how much you've grown as an actor.
yeah, yeah. I love working with Erin.
Oh, that's
I think
nice.
everyone does.
Yeah.
She's so much fun to be on set, and yeah, like I said, since day one, she's just like been by my side, and, like
It's nice.
told me every day, like you're good, and she said like how good of an actor I am and stuff. She brings the spirits to the set. She is the show basically. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
She is the show. I love that.
she
That's
holds everything. Yeah, yeah.
very well said. Is there any of the adults that you would like to have a scene with that you haven't?
Um, like Billy, I've had a scene with I think everyone, but I would like to have a scene with Ben Rosenbaum. He's super super funny on set, like off the camera, even on the camera. He's so funny. So
So funny.
if I could have like a one-on-one scene with him, that would be awesome.
Let's do it.
Yeah, he makes
Let's
me
write
laugh.
that into
Time.
being. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome. Let's plant that seed. Very cool. I love
yeah.
that. So, in episode 10, you have switching gears quite a lot because this is a change in tone. You have you have that heartbreak of you're playing baseball with little Jack and he disappears. And it's really interesting how once we get the diagnosis and we understand, what's going on with little Jack, how it like reverberates through the town. Like it's like this ripple effect that everybody's affected in different ways.
Mhm.
And Cooper, of course, takes it very, very hard. He seems to blame himself for what happened. What was that like for you to play, Elias?
Well, you know, like I said, like I have many little cousins at home, and when I was doing that scene, I basically put myself in that thought of like, what if I'd lost a baby cousin, like in real life? Like, how would I react to that?
Yeah.
And that really like sunk in for me. So I used that and I put it into the scene,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, but the thought of losing someone like that,
Mm-hmm.
especially like I don't know for your teacher, that would really
Right.
scare me. You know, that would make me feel exactly how Cooper felt.
Mm-hmm. It was reminiscent, I think, of when Opal and Elizabeth had the talk after little Jack's father passes and how it affects
Mhm.
her, how it affected her. And yeah, so it's just beautifully done, but very hard. And of course, the way that you guys sort of turn that moment
Yeah.
around is is really, really special. It kind of all comes together in episode 11 with this amazing radio scene. So let's talk about the earlier part of the season when you did the radio, and then
Mhm.
let's talk about the later one. Like you had your little like radio show, and I'm trying to remember, was it comics that you talked about on the in the radio show early on?
Yes.
We talk
Yeah.
about the nuts and
Oh,
We did talk
comics.
about the nuts. Okay,
oh,
thanks. Remind me. Yeah,
well,
about
yeah.
the
Yeah.
hazelnut business.
Hazelnuts, right? And then
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, so that kind of sets the scene that we know they have some experience on the radio, and then we know that you play baseball. But this was a massive scene. I mean, it's intercut. because we're flashing over to Nathan and Elizabeth with little Jack, and it's also a big saloon scene upstairs, downstairs, the full thing. And you, together with Vienna, are leading the whole scene. What was that like for you guys?
Billy, you can go ahead. I haven't heard you speak in a while.
What was that like? I mean, honestly, at first I was impressed with like the setup. They had the old-timey radio and flicking on and off with the lights. Um, I think my favorite part had to be when I got the kazoo and I got to play the little song on the kazoo.
So
Before
great.
the take, I didn't actually like know what I was gonna play, but I just kind of
Oh, so they
went
added
on
that
and
prop later. You weren't sure.
yeah, or
Got
maybe
it.
they did. I'm not too sure. That was all of this feels like so long, yet it
I
was
bet. I bet. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. It was a while ago. But it's clear you guys invented play-by-play sports.
Yeah, I guess we
You
did.
must have been the first to do it.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, okay, Elias, what were your thoughts? What was the day like for you filming that? Because it had to have taken a while to film that.
Oh yeah, I think it took like it took the whole day to
Yeah.
film that. It was
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun though because we had to keep our energy up. So
Mm-hmm.
and my favorite part was at the end, everyone throws the popcorn at us and like we all celebrate. That was a lot of fun because they gave the extras popcorn as well, and like everyone just threw it forward like right at us, and it was
Oh
really cool.
my gosh.
I
And
think
like
the funniest part. Oh, wait, no, you
no
continue.
no
Sorry.
no
Okay,
yeah, go ahead.
okay. I think the funniest part was that we had to do multiple takes. So, it was like we swept up the popcorn and then over and over the popcorn was like,
Stop. Seriously?
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of popcorn to sweep
Yeah.
up. Wow. And I
I
just love
think it was just as fun every time though.
Hmm.
that's so great. It's just neat the little Angela with making that was Angela, right? That did it?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
to
yeah.
make the sound of the ball being hit, and you just created a lot of suspense. It was just really sweet, um and I also really liked, I think it was earlier, I'm trying to remember which episode it is, where I think Cooper was the first one to call little Jack LJ, wasn't he? I
Oh,
don't remember ever
maybe
hearing that before.
I think so because after I never heard anyone else
Yeah,
LJ, and then I called him LJ. So
yeah. And I
maybe.
think that's been kind of it's been a concern of the Hearties, is that like he can't be little Jack forever. And so
Yeah,
maybe you were the first to give him the nickname. I don't
yeah.
know.
That's actually a good question. I'm not
I
sure
don't know. It's pretty
myself.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. All right. Well, do either of you have aspirations to become a play-by-play sports announcer?
Personally, I don't think that's on my list of
Not
potential
happening.
opportunities. I don't know if I'd make a very good announcer in real life.
That's
It'd be
hilarious.
like, oh, there's the ball, and then, oh, where'd the ball go? And
Are you saying you have
I
an
don't know.
eyesight issue, or or you're just not that interested?
Um, it's hard to follow along for me sometimes.
Gotcha. The sports are hard to follow. Okay. All right. Well, I think you're both very talented. I think you could have your own podcast just like this, and do a play-by-play. We're almost done, but I just wondered, is there something that both of you dream of doing in season 13? What is a storyline that you would like to see for yourself?
Do you want me to take it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I got it. Um, that's a really good question though.
The
I
sky's the limit.
think I've thought about this before. I think it might be cool if the whole class goes on like a field trip to like the big city and maybe me and Elias get to like some shenanigans. Maybe there's a carnival, or some sort of ghost story or something like that. Something interesting.
Wow, really
Love it.
true.
Okay, Elias, now top that.
I can't top that, but I remember I said from the panel that it would, I've always wanted this, but it would be cool if we had like a detective type of season, or like I don't know, Billy and
Okay.
I, or the kids from the class have to figure something out. I think I've always wanted to do something like that. I feel like it would be really cool. So
That's cool. I like it.
yeah.
Well, I think they've kind of established that the mystery has got to keep being a part of the action in Hope Valley,
Mhm.
and I think it really works.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's any reason why you couldn't. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's really cool. Yeah, yeah.
Tell the
And
writers.
we know from the way that you tracked down Joseph's brother last year that you're very, very good investigative skills.
Yeah.
So yeah,
True. True.
very cool.
Yeah.
Have we missed anything? Is there, we're trying to cover all the scenes and all the time that you've been on the show. Is there anything else that was special to you that you want to talk about? Any moment with a director or with each other, or the floor is yours. What else would you like to say?
Man,
Well, I guess I'd like to say all the directors are super amazing, especially for, I forgot to mention this during the popcorn scene. I think it was Peter DeLuise,
Yes.
but he was like tweaking all of the like everything to make it just that much more funnier. Um, and there's always everyone else. Oh gosh,
What
I
did
forgot
he
who
do
it
to
is,
make it
but
funnier? Do you remember?
yeah, it in the what did he do to make it funnier? I'm not sure, but I remember in the schoolhouse, I forgot which director it was, but there was someone that the kids had to like smile and laugh. I think is when we were like making fun of little Jack for being the
For
teacher
him
being his
saying his
mom.
mom. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and he made like fart noises with his mouth to get all the little kids to laugh, which made the older kids laugh. And
yeah,
yeah,
that's definitely Peter. He's always making fart noises.
Oh my gosh. It does seem like bathroom humor is the key to
Yeah.
being a good director with
yeah.
children. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Have you guys ever done any of that stage combat kind of stuff? Where you like hit
Um,
somebody, but you like go beyond their, you know. My son did that in like community theater. It's very fun.
Yeah, I always want to do that, but I don't think it's ever
They're
really.
not they're not gonna let you have a brawl in Hope Valley.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever needed to get
yeah.
in when it comes to art. So
Yeah.
Um, I think I've learned I'm a I learned from somebody, I think it was on one of the sets that I've been on where I mean, I have had like a little stunt where I think it's show Supernatural, where in the intro I'm like looking for a bowling ball. You know, at a bowling alley, the bowling ball comes out of this little thing and then you grab it. But I
Yeah.
look in there and my mom has to like yank my hair out of the way.
Oh wow. Okay.
Um,
dang.
so that I think was the closest thing to ever like being
Nice.
fight.
Nice. Okay, well, when you get into the shenanigans in the city or when you get into that investigation, they need to build in like a little small brawl so you can
Maybe,
use your
maybe.
combat studs. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, thank you guys. We really appreciate you making some time for us, and the Hearties always love seeing you on screen. You're both quite impressive young men, so we just adored having you today. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Thanks for
Thank
having us.
you. Yeah, thanks for having us. I'm super grateful to be here. I had a wonderful time.
Yeah,
Good. Well, we will hope that there will be another Hardy's family reunion so we can see you in person. But Hardy's, we want to hear what your favorite Cooper and Toby moments are from this season and every season. So comment below. And even though season 12 has drawn to a close, we have more Heart to Hardy's coming. So make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and our podcast channels, and we'll see you next time on Heart to Hearties. Bye bye.